Hello, I'm Ray Heron. This is MotoNZ. And you know, I've been thinking, I think I want a new motorcycle. Yeah, I think I do. A lot of bikes lately. I think I want a new one. What do I go for though? Even the Tenere 700, the entire Yamaha lineup is ugly. It's ugly. I don't like any of them. All the bikes that I used to look at back, 2014 to 2020 models that I used to look at when I had the MT07, MT09, MT10, I just don't see the attraction. They haven't dated well. They haven't aged. So I'm thinking, going back to my sport naked roots with my Tenere 7 MT07s, but I don't like them anymore. So maybe a street or speed triple would be in order. I talked to a lot of people. I think I want the speed triple. I really do. I think I want to go to the big engine. But a lot of people have told me that the street triple is a better bike. It's a better ride.
And so that is why we've come to TSS Motorcycles to test ride some bikes. Some Triumphs.
I'm interested to hear from you though, dear viewer. Street or speed? If I was to buy one of these bikes, I'd be more interested in seeing the street triple or the speed triple. Let me know in the comments below. All you have to do is write street or speed. But if you've got a reason for why, I would be very interested to hear.
The 2023 Street Triple RS 765. It's powered by a liquid-cooled inline 3-cylinder 765cc engine, putting out 120 horsepower and 80 newton meters of torque. 6-speed transmission, front and rear 17-inch wheels, Showa 41mm upside-down fork set at front, and Öhlins STX40 rear shock. Front brakes, twin 310mm discs up front with Brembo Stylema 4-piston radial calipers, and rear is a 220mm disc with Brembo single-piston caliper. Slip assist clutch, all LED lighting, 5-inch full-color TFT display, the seat height is 826mm, the fuel tank is 15.5 litres, and the wet weight is 188 kgs.
Why? Why am I here today? The existential question. Why are we here? The best part of 3 years, I've been riding a Tenere 700, and I quite like it. But what I don't like is, I got a lot of road bike friends, and going for a ride with them on a Tenere 700 is like going to town or going to a racetrack in a Hilux. You can do a lot of things, but you can't do what they're doing. So I've been looking at Triumphs a lot lately. Oh, hello. So today we're going to try out this bike, the Street Triple 765, and the Speed Triple the Speed Triple 1200. Because I think I want a Speed Triple. My friends have told me that this is all you need and probably a better bike. I'll tell you what, this is beautifully refined. This is not a smooth hill, yet you can't hear the bumps in my voice. This is a beautiful bike, it really is. A higher seat than I'm used to. It's obviously a sport bike stance. I've got my feet behind me, my knee crunched, my ass is high, my weight is on my hands on the bars. But that's not a bad thing. I'm not complaining. I mentioned everything about this bike. Smooth, and it really is. The quick shifter up and down works well. I think I'm starting to get why people say this is all you need. Because even with this 765cc engine, I'm getting a little bit of larrikin. I'm getting a little bit of... I've got the little red devil sitting on my shoulder saying, give it a squirt, mate. give it a crack. Might just go down here. We'll stick her into sport mode. If I can work out how. There we go. No, that's the wrong. That's sport mode. Oh, she's definitely a racier map, this one. Oh, yeah. The throttle response is just snappier. The brakes on this bike are astounding. Whoa! Lifted the front wheel there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to get me in trouble. Alright, so this is what I've noticed. We're in sport mode now. Street mode is refined. Powerful yet refined. Sport mode is as close as you can get to full larrikin. Sport mode is snappier, angrier. Road mode is what I like. What does rain do? Rain makes it lazy, as you would expect. Nice to ride. Okay, here we are at the top of the Wainui Hill, and this bike, this Triumph Street Triple RS 765 is ridiculously smooth. That's the one takeaway I've got from it. Quick shifter up and down, triple engine, and you just pile the power on and it's smooth. It just does it, and does it well. I've just come over the Wainui Hill, and it's a road that I've done a lot on an MT07. Thinking, you know, this is a good bike for it. The suspension on this bike absolutely eats it for breakfast. Peas all over it. This is what riding a naked sports bike is meant to be. This is ridiculously good. But the question is going to be, do I want the speed triple? Let's go and find out.
The Triumph Speed Triple RS, powered by a liquid-cooled inline 3-cylinder engine, 1,160 cc's, 180 horsepower and 125 Nm of torque, a 6-speed transmission, front and rear 17-inch wheels, front Öhlins 43mm upside-down forks, rear Öhlins TTX36 shock. The front brakes are twin 320mm floating discs with Brembo Stylema monoblock calipers. Rear is a single 220mm disc with Brembo twin piston caliper. A full-colour 5-inch TFT display. Seat height is 830mm. Fuel tank 15.5 litres. Wet weight 198 kgs.
So a massive thank you to TSS Motorcycles for lending me these motorcycles to play with. This is the Triumph Speed Triple now. Clutch in, proximity key in my pocket. Push the button for ignition. So we're going from a 765 to a 1200. I was chatting to the Triumph New Zealand manager over the holidays via Messenger. And I said, what's the difference between the old one and the new one when it comes to speed triples? And he said the old one, 1050, was Thor's hammer wrapped in velvet. The new one, the 1200, they've removed the velvet, and it's a full-on leery, angry motorcycle. And my initial thoughts after having ridden the 765, the street, now being on the speed, is that's exactly what it is. It's a lot vibier. It's a bigger engine. It's got more power. It's got more poke. But it's still really smooth. I would say the 765 is smoother though. Definitely better around town. I haven't ridden it on the motorway yet. I think we need to do that. Got to say though, these are the motorbikes for a day like today. It's 20 odd degrees in Wellington. Bit of cloud cover coming over now. It's hot, it's warm, it's every time you stop you start sweating, so you want to keep riding. And I must look like a real fool riding around in my adventure gear. If I do get one of these bikes, I will have to probably get a new... there's an idea. Although I do like the peaked helmets. Brakes on this. If I thought the brakes on the Street Triple were good, man, the brakes on this are way better. Wow. The brakes on the Street Triple were great. They were absolutely great. There were nothing wrong with them at all. But this thing here really, really stops. Alright, let's get on the motorway. Oh, effortless. Effortless. Now the Speed Triple comes with cruise control, where the Street Triple doesn't. But it is an optional street, and if I end up getting the street, I'll have to get it, because I do like cruise control. I couldn't stand it if I bought a bike that has it as an option and I didn't get it. So the conversations I've had with a few people over the last few months, few weeks, few days, whatever it's been, street or speed, and I've said, for you, Ray, I would say street triples where you are at. Having ridden the speed, and I kind of went, no, I want the Speed Triple. I want everything. I want all the power. But the Street Triple is so smooth. This thing here, you're riding around the city streets in first gear. It'll do second, fine, but oh yeah, suspension is firm but direct. You know, going over that speed hump, it's a dunk dunk, dunk dunk, not a good dunk wobble wobble. Here we go. Okay, so that's yeah, I have my license on one of these, I think. It's a fantastic bike, but it's a track bike. It's a bike that you want to go to Manfield every day, and yeah, I'll probably take whatever I get to the racetrack once or twice, but it's not the core of what I'm here to do on a motorbike. So for that reason, I'm leaning street. Many gears. Right, we'll go up and over Wainui Hill, get this puppy back, and then make a decision. It is beautifully balanced though. Oh, look Mum, no hands. I think I said in the last video. Look Mum, no teeth. Obviously with a short ride on each bike like this is not a full test. But a taste. Which one suits better? Which one feels better? Both of them have exquisite suspension. The Speed stands to reason, probably a bit firmer. A little bit more feedback from the road. I think the quick shifter on the street is better. It's smoother. Even around town it changes smoothly. Where this, you want to be on it. If you've never ridden with a quick shifter before, let me tell you, it takes a little bit of mental recalibration. Yeah, I think if I got the Speed, I didn't ride it as much. When I got it, it was in sport mode, which is like razor's edge, twitchy, bristling, ready to go. And I've had to wind it back to street mode. Just because it's nicer to ride, smoother to ride. I think the 1200 might just be too big an engine to live with as a daily rider, and you know, a weekend warrior. I don't know if I would like to ride this to work every day. This would be a special occasion bike, and for the money you spend on one of these, unless you are loaded, I mean really loaded, that's a lot of money to have a bike that you don't ride frequently. I've heard some stories lately of people buying these brand new and then trading them in with 1,000 Ks on them after a couple of years. I'm like, how do you have a motorcycle and not ride it? How does that work? Oh, ride the motorcycle. Use the motorcycle. Enjoy the motorcycle. Oh, there's some heat coming off this bike now. Whew, I didn't feel this on the street. Whew, yeah, there's some heat coming out from under the seat here. I can feel it on the backs of my legs. This is not a sunny day motorcycle. This is not a round town motorbike. This is not a 50k per hour bike. This thing needs to be moved. This thing needs to be unleashed. And that's what we're going to do right now on the Wainuimata Hill. I used to ride this hill every single day on my MT07. And I tell you what, if you could do it at the speed limit on MT07, you knew what you were doing, because undulations and the bumps on that bike with that suspension were arseholes. But go. Oh geez, we're up to 90 already. So my question is, yeah, this bike has a lot of grunt, a lot of engine, but is the suspension as smooth as the street? Does it handle the bumps and undulations as well? And say, the suspension is good. Suspension on these sport nakeds is good. This bike really does need to be forced into the corners though. It doesn't just fall into a corner. You've really got to push it in. No, I want you to go around it. Yep, that's it. Now into this one. Come on. No, get off me. Get off me. I'm not doing it. No, you are. I'm gonna make you. Here we go. It's like having a jar of cookies on the top shelf in the kitchen. You can't use them, you can't reach them, you can't have them. I just did that at third gear. 5,000 revs. No queries about whether I was going too fast. It just went round the corner. This thing handles beautifully. But you're never going to use the top half of the rev range. Ever. I'm in 4th doing 80. Any other bike I'd be in 5th. I'm aware that that's a gear ratios thing, but I'm taking the bike as a whole. Ergonomics wise, my knees are more cramped, my feet are higher, my butt's higher, but probably no higher or not much higher than the street. I've got a more acute angle on my knee. Control on. We're going to do the Wainuimata Hill control. Why? Because we can. Do we need to? No, not at all. The bike will do it. The bike absolutely will do it. You would expect it to. But this is a hill that to ride for the challenge and for the fun. On this bike there's no challenge. There's no fun. But if you can do something in cruise control, this is too much bike. This is too much. This is a fantastic bike. Don't get me wrong. This is exquisite. But this is too much. I wouldn't use it. I would get myself in trouble. Is this going to always be the bike that I wish I had? I think I'm going to have more fun on the Street Triple. Have it. Both bikes ridden. Both bikes enjoyed. That Speed Triple I've actually ridden before. If you watch a video, probably, I think it was back in August even. Fantastic bike. I think it's too bristly, too angry, too much. I wouldn't enjoy riding it as much, and so I wouldn't ride it as much. Things have to be nice, they have to be good, they have to work. Not saying that it doesn't work, just that Street Triple was blimmin' excellent. There's another one. Alright, well I've ridden them both now. I need to gather my thoughts, collect my thoughts, my feelings, have a chat with a few more people. Maybe a Street Triple's on the way. I don't know. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You want to do that and ring the bell icon because you want to know if I get a new bike. Because you know if I get a new bike, I'm going to be making content. I'm going to be making videos. Come on, Slowpoke. Don't think for a moment. Tenere 700. Because this old girl's got some life left in her yet. And if we go street, we're not going to be going dirt on the street, that's for sure. Righto, thanks very much for watching. Happy New Year. Next time. Hooroo.